Closer. Some conferences are choosing to do a conference tournament on the base pass, and the Western Valley Conference was doing just that in Mobile and Kingsley. We begin in Mobile with the 4-5 matchup. Ridgeview and Lawton Bronson pick up in the 5th inning. This thing is popped into shallow right. Brady March ranges back, but Beckett Blatchford is heading in, and somehow they hang onto the ball in that collision right there. Now we head to the top of the 7th. Brody Shaner sits back on the breaking ball and sends a blast deep to left. Those cars better watch out because that thing is out of here. That makes it 8-3 Eagles lead. Couple batters later, a blooper just beyond third base by Blake Mitru coming up, and he makes the play here. And now the Raptors are going to be up at the plate. They load the bases in the bottom half, but Carson Smith gets them looking, and that'll wrap things up as Lawton Bronson advances with a 10-4 win. And we'll stay in Mobile. Second game is between Woodbury Central and Westwood. Already 6-0 in favor of the Cats. Brody Thomas will field this one, zip it home where the catcher makes the catch and gets the out. Westwood still looking for their first run as they get gunned out right there. Brody Bramer on the mound now. He rings up the batter, and Woodbury Central now heads to the dish. The Wildcats keep it rolling on offense here as the runner on third, and this wild pitch allows Eric McGill to trot his way on in. Now it's 7-0. That was the last update we had. And over in Kingsley, it's the Alphabet Bowl between MVAO COU and OABCIG on the base pass. Pick up in the bottom of the second, runners in scoring position. Miles Beck sends a ground ball to short, and Colin Smeltzer goes home with the throw, beats it. The runner's gunned out. Now we head to the top of the third, and the Rams' Tanner Dixon pushes a grounder to second base. Falcons trade the out for the run. MVAO COU leads 1-0, and it would be Bryson Collar and the Falcons getting settled down the rest of the way as they would pick up 5 runs late for OABCIG, and they would take this one 5-1. And KPRV got on the diamond in the next game, and the Panthers go for the bunt here. Not the pitch the batter was looking for, but the runner heads to third anyway. The throw is offline. That allows Easton Nissen to make his way home. 2-0. KPRV leads. Panthers still at it. This time it's Jackson Nissen. He dings this one just past the Spartans at third, and in comes Maverick Carroll, and now it's 3-0. Now West Monona trying to pick off the runner at third, but this throw and catch offline. That's going to allow the runner to get up from his little dive, and now he trots home, making it 4-0, and the Panthers would take this one 10.